What's going on, my good people? This your boy Lop Up the Entertainer, here to bring you some action between Savannah State University and Clark, Atlanta. This is going to be an interesting band battle. This came on my radar, and I wanted to give it a grade. There was no field show footage. Well, there was no fifth quarter footage for this battle. Was no zero quarter. It was only field show footage. So, with that being said, it's going to be an interesting battle. Last time I seen Savannah State, they went against Tuskegee when I graded. I'm going to post that ahead up here. I graded Clark, Atlanta a while back as well, so I will be posting that link pretty soon up there. So be looking out for it, okay? But what I would say about Savannah State, it's an interesting band. I really like how the band's presented. They gave me some excitement, as far as, their drum majors is concerned. They are very unique on the field, and they got a little power to them, too, so they ain't playing around. Clark is very unique when it comes down to field shows, too. They're very short to the point. They get to what they need to get to. So, with that being said, please look to the card so you know what we'll be grading, okay? We will be grading entrance, songs, formation, dances, and breakdown, okay? With that being said, if they can get a 5 in each of those categories, they get a perfect field show rating from me. I also have a creative department, and they can make some extra incentives. So if they do something extra, depth defined, that can help them get an initial edge over the band, okay? So with that being said, let's get into the action. Savannah State's first. Okay. That was tight, drum majors. I just wish it could be a tad bit cleaner, though. That looks really good. Step up was really pretty. Drum majors be getting down, man, I swear. 5 is there, everybody getting their knees up. Looks really good. tip-off down. Okay. They got the energy. Okay. Alright, let's give that a grade. Alright, so creative, I'm going to give them a 4. Really good on that. Was not a perfect field show. Entrance, I'm going to give them a 4. I just feel like the drum majors can just be just a tad bit cleaner on that entrance. Everything else was clean though for them, but I just feel like their entrance, it was just, I felt like they was kind of guessing, oh, we got to do this next. You know, it should have been just a tad bit crisper, if that makes sense. Songs is a 5. Formations is a 5. If I can grade it higher than that, I would, because they was doing some, they was marching 8-5. They looked really clean. Dancers is a 5. Breakdown, I'm going to give them a 4. They had energy, but I just felt like it was some people going through the motions, if that makes sense. Not everybody, but it was just some people had energy, some people had, were just kind of going through the motions on this one, you know. But it was a lot of creative moments in here. So I think that's what made this, what carried this field show as well. The drum majors really carried this as far as creativity. There was some other creative moments as well, but I can say that the drum majors really did make it very entertaining to look at. Let me give that a grade. 27. I got a 27. Not bad. Not bad at all. I would like to tell y'all this before we get to Clark Atlanta. If y'all made it this far in the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps your boy out tremendously, okay? To bring y'all more content like this. I try to be honest and fair for everybody. That's what it's about, okay? As we move on, if you do not like the outcome of this battle and you skipped ahead, please do not get in your feelings about these grades. It's nothing but love here. Sometimes people we have winners, sometimes we have bands that tie. But do not get in your feelings about these grades. It's nothing but love here. I'm just giving you a fair and honest critique from me, okay? And, hey, my opinion is not the final opinion, but I just feel as if, hey, this is my direct response to what I'm seeing, okay? So, let's get into what Clark Atlanta did, okay? So, again, if y'all like what y'all seeing, please consider liking and subscribing, alright? So, Clark Atlanta's next. Let's see what they're going to do on the field, and then we're gonna see who won this battle, okay? So, Clark Atlanta's next. It look good. Coming to America or something? That's what it sounds like. Chilling out there, with bands. The vibe looks good. Everybody got their knees up. That's nice. Okay, give me some silent taps. All right, let's go.
coming in the driveway.
Okay. Yeah. They got the energy. Alright. So let's get at a grade. Alright, so creative, I'm going to give them a 1. Alright. Entrance was not a perfect field show. Entrance was a 5. Songs was a 5. Formations was a 5. Dancers was a 5. Breakdowns a 3. I gave Breakdown a 3. They had the energy. I just felt like they just needed to give me one more feature. They gave me 2. And I think they would have been straight if they would have just gave me an extra. Just that extra oomph, that extra cushion. And I think it would have been cool. Alright? But I don't know if this is going to be, we're going to see. Let's see. And put this in my... Alright. So, let's give the verdict, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? So, when we look at field show compared to the other field show, who do I prefer? Okay? When it comes down to it, we'll give the grade. Savannah State had 27. Clark Atlanta had 24. Alright? So, week of the week, ladies and gentlemen, Savannah State won this one. Alright? So, Savannah just had a stronger show than Clark. Me personally. Savannah just had just that extra oomph as far as drum majors. They did a lot of creative things. Not knocking Clark drum majors, but I just felt like it was just missing just a tad bit in the breakdown. They would have got a perfect field show rating for me, number 1. But also, if they would have gave me something extra as far as creative is concerned, I probably would have gave them extra when it came down to that. But I just feel like, we're just missing just the extra oomph from Clark. But Savannah won this one. Savannah just was a stronger band in this one. I thoroughly enjoyed both bands, but like I said, Savannah won this one. So if y'all made it all the way to the end of this video, please consider subscribing and be a part of this family. Like up this video if you really enjoyed this footage from me. Again, please do not get in your feelings about these grades. It's nothing but love here. You can bash your boy in the comments, but hey, this is my honest critique. Alright? So with that being said, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. And like I tell you always, deuces.